Thank you for joining me. This is the Darden Check-In. I'm Phil Dietz. This time I spoke to Tasha Rodriguez and Liliana Perez. They are desk mates. They sit next to each other in the office, and they often work on the same project. So they have a close work relationship, and they happen to be friends outside of work. Liliana has been with us for almost a year, and Tasha for about 4 years. I spoke to them about what it's like being away from your friend and coworker, who you are used to seeing and working with on a daily basis, and then also what the oversight process has been like from leadership. Are they being supported sufficiently in the development of their projects? And then also just what they're doing to stay positive and stay connected with friends and family. So let's have a listen now.
Hello.
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 Hi. All right.
Are we all here?
We are all here. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Good.
doing good. Just trying to be productive and not go too stir crazy.
Yeah, for real. What is your home office situations like? Liliana, we'll start with you. What's your home desk look like?
Well, right now I'm at my parents' house, and I have a dual monitor setup with a desktop computer that I actually purchased from the office during the silent auction. So that's pretty great.
Nice. What price did you get that for? They were pretty rock bottom prices.
Yeah, well, the desktop itself was $1, and
Yeah, I
the
knew
dual
it.
screens was about like $6, like $3 each.
That's a screaming deal.
Yes.
What about you, Tasha? What's your setup look like?
I'm in my apartment right now and I live alone, which is great. So I've been moving my workstation from different places in my apartment. So today I'm actually at my desk. But for like the first week, I was using my TV as a second monitor and working there. And then because I have a sit stand at the office, I don't have that here. So I was at my in my kitchen using that because the counter is a little bit higher as a sit stand. So I just move around.
Perfect. You can simulate the sit stand type of work situation. Good. So I know that you guys are not working on the same project or projects currently. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we were working on one project together, but that's kind of in a slower stage right now. There's not a lot going on, but yeah, we're working on different stuff right now, but we normally sit next to each other in the office, so we are aware of what each other is doing either way, but now it's a little different.
Yeah, so that's one of the big reasons I wanted to kind of check in with you two is you sit next to each other. I know you're friends outside of work as well. So what's it been like to not have your desk mate there with you every day and kind of being aware of what they're working on while you're working on your thing and even working on the same project? What's it been like to suddenly have that separation?
Well, for me, I know I do miss just spinning my chair around and being like, "Hey, Tasha, I have a quick question for you." So I do miss that, and her kind of guiding me through like kind of the office standards or answering my questions. Like it's like easier to get like your question answered in a quicker fashion when you're right next to the person. So I do miss that definitely.
Sure. Sure. And then lunch, can't go out to lunch together now at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's harder to stay focused because then you're just alone in your thoughts and you're the only one working on what you're assigned to. And so even if you're just trying to bounce ideas off each other, trying to figure out something, it definitely is a lot more difficult. And we've been I think everyone's been pretty patient with each other, trying to just get used to this new normal. But yeah, it's definitely different. And we don't have lunch together, so that sucks.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I don't know who your current supervisors are for the projects that you're working on, but how has it been? Are they staying in contact with you? Like, what's the oversight been from leadership so far? Is it sufficient for you to feel like you're still being supported in your work?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're both still under Mike, but I have a project that's currently under grant and working closely with William in the office. Everyone has their different styles of working, especially with leadership, but it's great with Mike. He's really excited to use the different technologies that we have. So I know some other people set up a Slack in the office and they've been doing that. And also Mike's been really great of trying to use that and just doing everything he can to really just keep us in the loop and help us in ways that we can. So we'll use that, or even like calls and texts really quickly just to get some information from each other. So that's been great and helpful too.
Good. And Liliana, you're getting contact from Mike regularly as well?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I could say that we've become closer because I talk to him at least once a day for like the most part, unless he has a lot of meetings going on. But I'm always filling him in with like either with the project updates, or he has questions for me, and we're just kind of always in communication. Because I do tend to have a lot of questions, so that's pretty great that he's on top of it and always is able to answer the phone to answer my questions.
Yeah, he's good about availability. He even calls me. It's great.
Yeah, but it's definitely different trying to we're still in pretty early stages in our career, so we tend to have a lot of questions. And normally, there's a wealth of knowledge in the office that we could just walk over to someone's station and talk to anyone about a question. So it's been a little difficult trying to get those answers sometimes, but everyone's been great and trying to help. So
good. Well, you say that you're in the early stages of your career, but everything I hear from leadership and other folks and from clients is how well you're doing. So definitely hats off to both of you for your hard work and attention to detail on the projects that you are working on. So how are you staying connected to your friends outside of work? Are you guys, like I did a happy hour with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law last night. Are you guys doing happy hours with friends or family? Liliana, it sounds like you're at home. What are you guys doing to maintain other friendships and family relationships?
I've definitely been doing a lot of Zoom meetings and Zoom happy hours and just like video chats with my mom too. She tends to not like to use like FaceTime and stuff like that. But I've convinced her to start using that, and same with my dad. So it's been fun to stay in contact with them, and also my friends too. Now everyone has time because we're all at home, so it's coordinating those meetings is a little bit easier. So it's been great and a lot of fun.
I also feel like I have so much more time too, but the schedule does fill up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does.
And Liliana, you're staying connected with family and friends. How are you doing with that?
Yeah, well, since I'm staying with my parents here, working at their home, all we do is like we'll play board games like Sequence or Loteria, which is like the Spanish bingo. So it gets pretty exciting and intense. Very competitive family I have here, so that's exciting. And for the most part, my friends, I feel like I've been having better communication with them because I've been able to text them more often, talk to them more, and we even do like online games where we kind of go into this like game room, and then the game starts and a bunch of people from different places play together, and that's exciting.
That's cool. That's great. So before I let you go, what do you guys think it's going to be like around the office when we get to come back to work in the office? What do you think the mood's going to be like? The vibe, the attitude. What's it going to be like? Do you think?
I feel like it's gonna be almost like first day of school type of feeling where it's like, oh, my friends, I get to see them again. But I think it will take a little bit of adjustment to get everyone back into like working back in the office and just like even though we're still working, it'll be a little bit more of an adjustment switching back since it was such a sudden changeover to this. But I think we handled it pretty well going into this. So I think we'll be good coming out.
That's good. You agree?
I couldn't agree more. Definitely. But I feel like it's going to feel like starting a new semester at school and just kind of like getting in touch with everyone again and just getting into the habit of commuting to work and just seeing everyone and just kind of starting to strengthen those bonds up again and like start being able to ask questions again and just get back into the groove of the office work.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for talking to me. I appreciate your time and
yeah, thank you so much also for checking in.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you guys are doing good and have a good weekend if I don't hear from you before Saturday, Sunday, okay?
Great.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a million. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Well, it sounds like they're doing good. That's terrific. A month. We've been working from home for a month. I hope everyone is managing to stay connected with their friends and family. I know I am. We have more Zoom happy hours than you can shake a stick at. But wishing you all the best. Have an excellent weekend. This has been the Darden Check-In with Phil Dietz.